Hey, beautiful people. So, if you are ready for your 2026 to have the breakthrough that you know it needs to have in your business and in your life, then you need to keep watching this video because I believe that the breakthrough that you're looking for in your finances, whether it's in your job or in your business, is one ask away. Yes, one question away, one request away. So, in this video, I want to teach you how to figure out what is my one ask, what is my one thing that I could ask someone for, an organization, a person that would help me have the breakthrough year that I'm looking for in 2026? So, let me give you a little background about why I believe this is to be true. So, in fall of 2025, just a few months ago, I decided to challenge myself to a 900 ask challenge. That's right, a 900 ask challenge. I challenged myself to make 900 asks in 30 days. And it became something that I thought would be a great idea to do when I was journaling one day, asking myself, why do I have this amazing business in my mind? Why do I have this vision of a business where I'm impacting millions of women, where I'm successfully being profitable, doing the things that I love? And the answer that came up for me is because I was not afraid to ask. And so I sat with that and spent some time with God. And one of the things that I came up with was creating a challenge for myself, this 900 ask challenge. So I challenged myself to ask 30 different people for 30 business days for something that would help my business grow or help my nonprofit business grow or something in my personal life. But what ended up happening is I did not make 900 asks, you all. I ended up making closer to 200, about 190 asks in 30 business days. And most of those asks, about 90%, if not almost all of them, were focused on my business in three areas. I asked people for partnership opportunities, I asked people for referrals for my business or testimonials, and then I asked people literally to purchase an offer. I pitched my offers to people. So it became a breakthrough fall for me because of that. One, what I ended up doing was pitching my first 100K offer. I had never pitched a 100K offer, and the answer is insane because it was yes. And why would I think it's insane? Because a lot of times we don't think that anybody is going to say yes to an offer of so much money, but that's because we are not thinking from a big problem solver perspective. Because if there is a big organization or someone that has a big pocketbook that has a big problem, they are willing to spend more than what someone with a smaller budget would be able to pay for a big problem. And so when I was able to pitch that to a bigger organization, it was like, yeah, the problem that you're solving is way more valuable than even that 100K. It's going to solve a huge pain point for them. So it was a no brainer to do it. And it was simply because I asked. And as a result, it's helping me already have a breakthrough 2026, knowing that this is a lead that I'll have the opportunity to have this business with into 2026. And so they didn't start off with the 100K offer right away. They started off with a 25K contract, and they're going to move into eventually rolling into that 100K offer fully. And so I want you to have the breakthrough that I was able to have by actually making the ask. So the first thing you need to do is understand, what is it that you need to ask? When you think about your business right now, what is the revenue that you desire to make? Or what is the new offer that you desire to pitch? Or how do you want to serve your clients more deeply? Or if you are like so many people that I work with, full-time employees that also have, side hustles, maybe you want to increase your income. Have you considered how much you desire to start making in that job or in that position? Or have you considered, is there something else that you would desire to do while also making good money? Maybe you desire to move up. Maybe you desire to be promoted and you haven't seen that happen. And so I want to make sure that you make decisions that are aligned to what you actually want. So that's the first thing you get to do. Get clear. I had to get clear. I knew that I wanted to bring in more income. I knew that I had just been underperforming and underexpressing myself and feeling like I needed someone to come to me. And so, with that being said, I knew that I needed to be able to get really clear about what I wanted and then make sure that after I figured out what I wanted, start making the ask. And so that's the second thing you get to do. Once you figure out what you want, then you start making the ask. So you have to think about, well, who are the people that would make those things happen faster? And so I had to think, who are the people that I would solve these problems for with the offers that I had, and they would help these things be done faster. Like I would get to those income goals faster because I know that this is an organization that has a problem that's big enough for maybe my higher ticket offer. When it came to partnerships, I talked to people that wanted to do partnership work with me. And so I had to think about, like, hey, who is the perfect person that if I did work with them, I would easily connect to the people that I love to work with, maybe because they're in front of that audience more often, and me doing more work with them will help me be seen in front of their audience and form more relationships with that audience that would eventually become clients. I also talk to people that have really great things to say about my services because we've done work together. So they were great referral partners and referred me to people that eventually became clients. And so you get to make the ask by first thinking about what is it that you want, but then making the ask by thinking about who is connected to this outcome, who is connected to helping make this happen for me. And then finally, the work that you get to do is really consider what's holding me back, if anything, when I am given the opportunity to ask and I don't. This happened to me a couple times. Even though I talked to 190 people, there were still plenty of people that I think I just literally just left them on the table because there was something in me that would hesitate asking. And that's when I started having to work through some of that inner self sabotage work that I have to do a lot. I am a positive intelligence coach, so I do a lot of work around saboteurs. And one that I've always had to overcome is people pleasing. And with that, there's sometimes that I feel like I'm being a bother, and that comes up for me. And so I have to, that tends to hesitate me from making the ask. And so I knew that I would have to like calm my nervous system down and tell myself that I'm enough and that I'm not a bother and that what I'm offering is truly something that would benefit them. And even other times it would help me, kind of re-examine how I might approach the conversation. It's like, you know what, this might not be the right time to ask for this, but maybe I just ask for a conversation so I can just build connection or rebuild connection with this person before I ask. So it's almost like warming your prospect or warming the relationship. Or if it's something like dating, right? You wouldn't, say that you want to marry someone on the first date, or some people do, and it turns out amazing. But most people, you're gonna warm up. It's like, let me get your last name. Let me get to know you a little more. And so it's the same thing when doing this ask challenge, or when you're thinking about the breakthrough thing that you can ask for in 2026. Maybe it's like really big and something so big that you're like, I don't even know if this person would say yes. But maybe you get to warm up, that person, start showing up in their world, not like a stalker, but showing up, softly in their world so that you could just be more familiar, and you're doing it from a place of being detached. That is the bonus. When you are doing all of this, you have to be detached from their yes. So detached from their yes that whether they say yes or no, it doesn't matter to you, because you already know that there are plenty of people out here that could be connected to your growth, and that you don't have to put all of your eggs in one basket. You don't have to down talk them for not saying yes to you, but you also don't need to mourn them not saying yes to you. You get to learn from when they don't say yes to you, because there's a book that I read years ago called Rejection Proof, and in it he talks about people saying no have nothing to do with you personally. It has everything to do with what they need. And so you get to learn, like, okay, someone said no because this is where they are, or maybe they weren't feeling good, and you ask them another day, they might be feeling better. There's so many reasons why we say yes or no to different things. And so you get to learn as you are, working through your list, because I guarantee if you ask enough people and you learn what it is that is going to help people be more comfortable saying yes, you will eventually get yes to what you desire, and it will help you have a breakthrough in your income and in your life. So if you love this video, then you'll love coming to my 3-day change challenge, which is on Tuesday, but registration ends tomorrow. So you need to register ASAP. Go ahead and click the link below. And I can't wait to see you in the next video or at my 3-day change challenge. Bye.